Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to a suggestion video featuring Team Hostile Takeover Bank, or more commonly known as Team Chick Hicks. This was suggested to me by Sen1987. Thank you very much for the suggestion, I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to suggest something yourself, the information on how to do so will be in the description below, along with the information on how to submit a birthday request. So if you'd like to do any of those two things, the information on how to do so will be in the description if you'd like. So I just wanted to show you guys a recent purchase of mine before we get into the review, and this is actually Bucky Breakdust, who is the only new Toon single this year. All the other ones were re-releases, and I actually did a video on the re-releases earlier in the year. So finally the second assortment has hit stores, Bucky Breakdust, but unfortunately I've not been able to find this one, so I just decided to order it off eBay for a decent price. So a review of him will be coming out soon. I'm very happy to get this one. You know, it's not really a cool card, but all the anticipation building up to him has really made him a fun one to get. So video will be on this soon. Tell me if you guys want to see him before Greminacer or vice versa. Let me know on that. So let's get back to the review of Team Chick Hicks. First up, we have obviously Chick Hicks, who is the main racer, the representator of Hostile Takeover Bank in the Piston Cup. And obviously, if you did not see the Cars movie, you wouldn't know, but he is the main antagonist in the movie, as he is McQueen's rival in the Piston Cup. And you know, he's very similar to Francesco in some ways, but he's definitely not as cruel and harsh, because Francesco is the main racing antagonist in the second Cars movie, but really the main antagonist in the second Cars movie were the Lemons. So he's a very cool model. This is supposed to symbolize a mustache. His grill up here, his sponsor is Hostile Takeover Bank, some nice details there. And obviously you can see he's got all these other sponsors, so the minor Piston Cup sponsors. You got Mood Spring, No Stall, Easy Idle, and despite the fact that they're mostly the Piston Cup racers, there are a few on here that aren't. As you can see back towards the end here, you can see one that says Vroom, and there's one up here that says Yum. There's that one right there, that's too hard to read. But some of these are not actually a Piston Cup racer, at least that was made known. But there's some other ones on here that are, you know, not Piston Cup racers that have been released. So he's a pretty cool car. I actually really do like him, but he is oftenly overlooked because he's such a main character that's oftenly released. And this year he was actually released in this version and in the Dinoco version we'll take a look at in a second. And one thing that is missing on this car is the fact that it should have some sponsors on a spoiler here, but Mattel did not put that on here. But you know, this was a pretty old car when he was originally released back in 2006. So let's also take a look at Dinoco, Chick Hicks real fast. Not really a part of Team Chick Hicks, but you know, a variation of Chick Hicks. It was actually released this year, so if you haven't had a chance to pick him up, he should be kind of lingering in stores now if you haven't seen him already. 86 obviously, he's basically the same except for the fact that he's got the Dinoco paint scheme now. And this actually appeared in one of McQueen's Nightmare, where instead of him getting the Dinoco sponsorship, Chick Hicks was actually offered to it, and he obviously took it. So it's a nice release, and the only other variation of Chick Hicks besides any lenticular releases of him. So now let's move on to Chief Hostile Takeover Bank, or Chief Chick Hicks. You can see some nice details on the front here, Chick Hicks 86. Also on the side doors, a nice headset. Just kind of the main design for a crew chief. You got the 3 logos on the side here, and he's the Piston Cup model. No, he's the pickup truck model, my bad. We also have the Dinoco crew chief here, who is basically the same as him, only instead of Dinoco decos, you know, he has the Chick Hicks decos. So you just have a little comparison there. He's got the same color rims as Chick Hicks does, just to compare that. So pretty cool car, but not really my favorites. And his license plate on the back here reads 26M3L. So a pretty cool car. Again, not my favorite though, but a nice one. So let's move on to some of the Pitties. We have Bruiser Bukowski, and this is actually the blue-eyed version. There's been multiple releases of him with blue eyes, brown eyes, and personally I haven't been able to keep track, so I couldn't really tell you every single one that was released and when they were, but I know that there's been a brown, a blue-eyed, and this version here with a different expression. He was originally released though in the Walmart 8 back in 2007 with a few other new models. He's got the Hostile Takeover Bank logo on the side and on the top. Nothing really on the back. Just, the regular design for a Pitty I know you guys have all seen. And one unique detail about him is that he also has the grill along the silver line with, to symbolize a mustache. And one detail I forgot to add about Chick Hicks is that he's also supposed to have the silver lining around his grill there, like the Pitties do. So just to compare them, here's the brown-eyed version, and that one has a little bit more of a smile to it. As you can see, there's a little bit of a smile to it, while this one does not have that, but otherwise the details are the same. We also have the version with brown eyes that is looking kind of a little bit to the left. A nice expression, I really like this. I always display it like this, because he's kind of like talking to Chick Hicks. So nice Pitty indeed. Released in the 4-pack with the other Pitties and the crew chief, I believe. So yeah, that was back in 2010. So same decals on all three of them, same design. So last Pitty we also have here is the kind of wide Pitty or fat Pitty, whatever you'd like to call him, and he's got a nice design as well. There is no short Chick Hicks Pitty, meaning the small ones. These are the only ones that even appeared in the movie, so don't think that Mattel overlooked the small Pitty either. I just believe that's the only ones that appeared in the movie were these. So it's cool that they made it accurate to the movie. So I actually really do like this Chick Hicks Pitty. Pretty cool. Now let's take a look at the toolboxes that came with the Pitties. You can see here we've got the HTB logo on the front here with the silver lining on the back. So a pretty cool release, and I have two of them here from the releases. Not really sure where I got them from, but probably one or two from the 4-pack Target exclusive. And they also came with these tires here that are pretty nice. Got the same color as Chick Hicks' rims, but unfortunately is a little bit overscaled and does not have the light year written around it. And you could put these on your Pitty like they should be, like that. And you could kind of drive them around like that, but they also have this hole in one of the tires here. See that hole right there, where you could stick the fork into it and drive them around like that too. My opinion, it's kind of inaccurate because none of the Pitties would stick their fork right into a tire and drive around with it. So that's just my opinion on that. I always display them with the actual tire on the forklift. So like that. So let's move on to the hauler now. First we'll take a look at the Semi. I'm not exactly sure of his name. I'm not sure if he was given a name, but it's just the Semi Chick Hicks hauler. He's got kind of this grumpy expression on him there. He's got the mustache like all of the other members of the Chick Hicks team do, except for the crew chief. He's got the Hostile Takeover Bank logo on the hat there, 86, and now this is one hauler that does not actually have the Chick Hicks logo on the mud flaps, although if you would buy this alone, just the regular Semi in the deluxe packaging back a few years ago, you would have gotten the mud flap decals, but since I bought this with the hauler, it did not come with that. And his license plate is 7E-K73. Nothing more for the Semi there. Let's move on to the hauler, which has some really nice detailing and very unique. This is the only hauler that actually has a kind of a cartoonic picture of the racer on them. Lightning McQueen does as well, but it's not really a cartoon picture. This one is more of that. He's got the HTB logos, Chick Hicks number 86, so just kind of shows that he's really confident about himself because he puts his picture on the side. And on the top here, we've got Chick Hicks number 86, nothing really too much about it. Got the satellite dish right over here, and he does open from the sides like all of the Piston Cup haulers do, and you could slide out this kind of platform here, flip this over, and you got a toolbox in there, and you got the tire inflator there, and a stack of tires. So theoretically you could flip this down, drive your Chick Hicks up there, and put them in there like that, and seal them up. Oh, you'd have to see, it's kind of hard because if you drive them up here, you still have to fold this in and then put Chick Hicks in there for it to seal completely. But there you go, you get it like that, and then you can hook it up to the Semi, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty much all for Team Chick Hicks. It's a very nice team indeed. I actually really do like this team, although, you know, not one of my favorites. As I said, probably in one of my previous videos, my favorite is a bumper save with the hauler and stuff like that. So thank you guys for watching this video, and thank you Sen1987 for the suggestion. I really do appreciate it. And one thing I just quick wanted to mention to you guys, if you do want to see a review of the Chick Fan, Mia, and Tia, just check out my video in the description below or in the cards over here. I do have a video on all the Mia and Tia variations that does include this version. So thank you guys for watching again. I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye now.